got to slow down over here. And it's stopping by itself. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another FSD supervised video. So today we have FSD version 12. I'm driving a hardware 3 car as well, so that's why I'm starting to get confused. But we've got a version 13.2.9. So it's a dot release. After waiting for like 3 months, we haven't really gotten anything, like a major update. But Robotaxi is soon, so Tesla keeps telling us June there's a big thing coming up. So we're not really sure what's happening or when or what it is. So we're gonna have to wait and see. So for in the meantime, we're gonna do this test over here. I'll just hit my button. Hopefully everything's going well. We've got some pedestrians jaywalking over here. Let's see how Tesla. Okay, so yeah, hardware 4 is stopping and slowing down for them, and it's accelerating. Very natural behavior. I do tend to see that it gets a little bit too close and too aggressive to pedestrians. That is a fact. Let's not say it's perfect in these situations, but yeah. Anyways, so how's things going? I haven't been posting much videos. There was a review that I put up on the EV Hover, and it's a very nice solution for having two cars and a charge and one charger basically in your garage. So if you want to watch that, go ahead and check it out. My channel is the previous video before this. But right now we're back to FSD testing. We've got version 13.2.9. No, nothing crazy. I heard maybe that, and I'm on hurry over here. I need to be careful. So let's go back to standard. Let's keep this as average as possible, just to gauge its behavior as much as possible. So yeah, we've heard that the cabin camera has been improved a little bit, so there's less nag. I'm thinking. Again, nothing is official. It's just um, the head of Tesla AI or Tesla Vision came up on X and just said that it's an improvement that should have been done. So that's the only hint that we got about this release. Otherwise, we really don't know much about it. So you can see the weather over here right now. It's overcasty. It's gonna be like this for the next few days. It's a long weekend here in Canada. Um, so yeah, let's see. These two cars are just waiting for me, so I'm just gonna pass by here and make my left turn. Very well done. Nothing to complain here about. And then they went about with their own route there. So yeah, we're coming up to me. Let me get rid of my first waypoint here. And there we go. There's the pay attention message. And okay, all right, it's gonna beep at me, so I'm gonna have to rectify it. We are on a 30-kilometer speed zone, but we're doing 39. It's really a little bit, just a touch too fast. We really have to be careful in these situations. It still does not recognize any playground zones or school zones or any of those things. That's why I really hate running with hurry mode. It typically just goes way too over the speed limit for my liking. Okay, so we're coming up here to an unprotected left. Um, if we get the green light for it, but there's not much traffic. Unfortunately, I got this update just towards the end of the day, so I couldn't really get out early when there was a lot of traffic to test it out. But I mean, we still get a few traffic here. There's a lot of cars coming up from our left, and there's some on the right, but it's kind of an occluded situation here because we've got trees and bushes and stuff, so it really doesn't see much there. But yeah, let's see how it does over here once we get the green light. We got the green light. We don't have any incoming traffic, so we're gonna have to just. This is gonna be an easy one for Tesla, for FSD. Okay, so lane change over here. I tell you what, guys, I've been driving hardware 3. Right now, we swapped cars. Me and the wife. She used to daily this, but now we switched back, just because the other car had the winter tires, so it's way. And this car got the winter tires this season around, just so that we could test FSD a little bit more aggressively in the winter. And she wouldn't want to drive on the no without any winter tires. So, anyways, we swapped cars, and I subscribed for Hardware 3 just for a road trip in the other car. And I tell you what, there is a big difference between version 12.2.8 or whatever it is right now on Hardware 3 and Hardware 4. Just in general, Hardware 3 versus Hardware 4, there's a big difference. I don't know. Like, I hear mixed feedback from other folks in the community, but for me, on my mileage, like these kind of typical normal engagements, intersections and left turns and stuff, even that gets all messed up on my Hardware 3 car. So there you go. There's a lot of I'm really looking forward to see what Tesla's going to do in the end game over here. Are they going to swap hardwares? Are they going to have a retrofit? Who's it going to be with for? Like, people that subscribe to FSD are still going to experience that bad. Like, I can't see that happening, like, in the long term. Like, in the long term, they should actually have a solution for that. So let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think? And if you have Hardware 3, how's your experience so far? Because version 12.2.8 is just doing very bad for me. So we're coming up to a left turn here. This is a dual left turning lane, so it's gonna it's getting a little bit confused over here on which side it's gonna take, and it kind of like went a little bit to the left and then took the right turning lane, and that's a little bit scary because that car next to us, the white one that just passed, if that car was trying to get in but towards the end on this turn, then we would have had a situation where it was not like it wasn't a very good one. So there you go. That's kind of my thoughts so far around FSD. We'll just fast forward over here for this traffic light. All right, so left turning indicator over here. We've got the advanced green. Just gonna go ahead and edit my waypoint here. I'm very confident with Hardware 4 at this point. Like, it does so well, guys. Like, so well. I barely have any interventions, and I'll tell you what, it's so, like, I got so used to it the last few months. No wonder why they just left it at that version .2.8, because it's just so good, guys. Like, I don't even have to. I've went once. We went out with friends and we went for dinner, and then I had to go and drop them off and come back. I did all that drive, the drive to the restaurant, the drive from there to drop them off, and then the drive back home with zero interventions. Like, zero interventions, not even disengagements. Maybe there was one or two slight interventions, but they're so minor, guys. Like, on over like maybe like 50 kilometers of driving that day, like I didn't have to do like almost anything. It's driving a little bit slow here, I noticed. Like, we're not really meeting the speed limit of 70. I'm starting to get worried here because Hardware 3 gives me those vibes there where it just doesn't exceed the speed limit. It's interesting. Maybe there's some adjustments that they did there. We'll keep monitoring. But yeah, so that, like, whenever I just drive this car with Hardware 4 and we transferred FSD to this, I just like always just use FSD, and even with the wife like in and my kid back in the back as well, or anyone sitting with us. Our friends, they had some bad experiences with cruise control before, but even with them being with us in the car, I used FSD, and guess what? They didn't even notice that I was using it. So it's mind blowing. Like, if you really want a good full self driving experience car, just get the Model Y, get the new one with the FSD, and just like use it, and you will find yourself just so used to it that you can't even. It just spoils you like so much that you drive any other car and you just get and you just won't like feel happy or feel content anymore. It's that good. Like, it's really really good. So left turn over there did that very well as well. Coming up here to a change lane. So yeah, now the speed limit is 60 and we're driving 72. So this is my experience right now with Hardware 4. So yeah, I think it was just that weird stretch of the road over there that it was kind of like slowing down. Ooh, on standard, we're overtaking over here. See, this kind of stuff like is still that needs fine tuning. Like, in this situation, you're driving on like city streets, and you're kind of like you're going through just the usual stuff. Like you don't need to be on a rush, especially if you're using standard. If you use hurry, by all means, do the overtake. Try to get fast. Try to go to the faster lane every chance you got. But on standard, like I'd rather be just like on that lane, and I know my turn's gonna come up over here soon. It just kind of makes me a little bit more anxious now about the drives. Like, oh, when's it gonna do that lane change? When's it gonna do that? It's like it's just in the back of my mind the whole time. So it's interesting. We've got like a cop over there, as you can see in the camera. It's a truck. Let's see in the visualization. Nothing really. There's no emergency lights or anything. The behavior of the car is still the same. It doesn't really go fast or slow or anything like that. Um, so yeah, it's just meeting the whatever other drivers are doing around it. So other drivers were driving slow, so it slowed down a little bit. But yeah, nothing special for emergency vehicles yet. Coming up here to this right. So these are some of the situations that I still see like it still lags a little bit behind. So yields are scary a little bit still. I did end up with one situation where it was a very close call in a yield on top of a bridge when I was taking an exit. And when you take an exit on the bridge and then there's the other side of the traffic that's coming through as well at the same time, and it was kind of like a corner intersection, and the yield side was on my side, and the car didn't yield. It just like went through, and then it saw the gap, and it just like accelerated a little bit and went right in front of him. But it's kind of like a douchey mood. Like you do that to other drivers, they're gonna start targeting you. No wonder, guys, we've got a lot of people targeting Tesla cars and Tesla drivers. It's because of stuff like this. Ooh, a big slowdown here. Oh, I see what's going on. Let's I just forgot to change my 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 destination. So yeah, that was my bad. So I just had to accelerate a little bit because it slowed down because it got confused where to stop and all that stuff on the main road. So yeah. Okay, so we're coming up to a left turn here. There is a yellow line over here that sometimes it overtakes it and sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, it does just go past it and then merge in. So in situations where there's a lot of traffic here, sometimes it does cross it on top of it and keeps going. Yeah, so far nothing really special about this version. I think it's just .2.8, but running on a maybe shadow mode, trying to get like some extra data that they're targeting. I think there's some background stuff that they need to kind of like stabilize before they actually release version 14 or unsupervised FSD as they're calling it. It's interesting. There's a lot of stuff happening right now in full self driving and Tesla AI, and that is not really to do directly with the full self driving version over here or the full self driving versions that drivers are getting on right now. It has to do with, for example, um, data collection. They're really like probably like going hard on like collecting videos and trying to scale really high and just like not like focus on releasing versions that has all those training videos. I think they're right now they're scoping a lot of. It's got to slow down over here, and it's stopping by itself. I didn't really press the brake or anything like that. It stopped by itself. So it's interesting. The lights are on. The bike guy was on his bike on the side of the cyclist, and then he didn't really actually just cross. So the car spotted the situation, spotted the signaling light, and it slowed down. So that was really good. It's still a little bit too close, but I mean, come on, I didn't have to do anything there. That was awesome. That was awesome. It's these kind of things, these kind of interactions that really blows my mind. Like where we actually reached, like where we have like where we were before and where we are now. It's like there's so much improvement, so much improvement. So yeah, I was talking about what's going on in the background. So a lot of like they're passing laws right now in Europe where FSD might be actually rolling out there. I think I heard that they actually just passed a law for it to. Ooh, I'm gonna have to. I keep forgetting this. I haven't driven much. Here we go. I haven't driven a full self driving video in such a long time. I forgot about the waypoints and constantly checking for that. So, anyways, yeah, in Europe they passed the law right now that in the highway they can run full self driving. I don't know what's that really going to accomplish, because full self driving. I mean, it's still way better than enhanced autopilot or navigate on autopilot, as we call it. But yeah, it's interesting. Things are starting to move ahead, and we've been seeing videos. Tesla's been releasing sneak peek videos on how full self driving works in Europe, especially if you are driving on the right hand side and all that stuff. So it's exciting times. Like I can see within the next year or two, we're gonna see way like huge changes and full self driving becoming adopted like more and more significantly um, everywhere. Like it's going to start going out. There is one clip that Tesla AI I think it's Tesla or their account on X that they released, and it was like on the I think the famous French roundabout. I forgot its name. I don't really know. It's like the arch one, and basically you're just jumping into this huge roundabout, and there's no lane markations. There's no like distinction of lanes or anything, and there's many exits. It's a big roundabout, and it just jumps in and starts navigating between these cars, and it does it just like seamlessly. Like mind you, it's accelerated. Like the video's like fast forwarded and all that stuff. So we don't really get the sense, and it's not like real time like what I do. Um, but it's fascinating how it did that roundabout, and I'm like just really mind blown. Like so, I used to think like they used to say, oh, full self driving might come to India and all that stuff. It's like there's no way. Like there's no laws in India. Like there's no lanes in India. It's like how's FSD going to react? But I honestly think like no matter what the situation is, if you just feed it all that data, it's gonna do it in the end. Um, Let me see here. Oh yeah, so we're good. So yeah, we're going a little bit too fast. So 120 kilometers an hour. I'm checking if there's any cops or anything. So I have to be a little bit more, yeah, vigilant here. But it's okay. So we're good. Pay attention to the road. I don't see any differences, by the way, um, in the cabin camera or the active monitoring being a little bit less painful. I think it's the same thing. I don't think I'm not even wearing sunglasses, to be honest. So yeah, it would have been way. It should have been a little bit better than this if there was any changes. So taking on this exit right now, we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of um, parking as well. So once we reach our community complex over here, or the complex near to my community, and we'll see how it does. And yeah, the other part of this whole story as well is the summon, the smart summon. So yeah, I've done like maybe one video of smart summon. I've released a few videos of smart summon, but just a recording on my phone, without really a GoPro and all that stuff. It's really fascinating. I really like it. So I'll tell you, I have a friend that he never uses it, and he's got FSD, and he uses FSD but doesn't use smart summon. It's just because he doesn't have that confidence, and I'm the same thing as well. Like I'm not gonna lie to you and say, oh, I'm 100% confident the car is gonna do well, and I can summon it anywhere I want without even looking at it. But yeah, it's really hard to have that trust that it's not going to hit anything. It's not gonna curb the something, like, or anything like that. Um, so yeah, I use it sometimes, like mostly when it's like a small parking lot and it's not parked too far. So I don't really use it like in Costco, for example, where it's like super busy. You've got people crossing streets and with trolleys and stuff like that, and it's jam packed parking or anything like that. So yeah, it's it's way more better like I've used every time I used that, it was good. I didn't have an incident so far, but you hear about the incidents on X. You hear about it. Some people having issues with it and hitting the curb or anything like that. So it does happen. It's not like it's bulletproof. Um, so yeah, but I'd never tried it on hardware 3, and I don't think I have the confidence to do it, given like how terrible it is. I'm just going to disengage here because I'm going on a I'm reaching the destination here, and I don't want to screw it up, um, screw up traffic or anything like that by backing up. Oh, I do want to check if it's got um, kind of like angled parking, but let's skip this one. Let's go over here. So let's do a very typical. Um, let's do a very typical parking here. Let's pick. Let's pick this one for example. Yeah, the other thing with the spring update is that we've got this wide rear view um, on the rear view of the rear camera. Now, it's kind of confusing for folks like me where I drive a hardware 3 and a hardware 4 every now and then. The hardware 3 spring update does not make the camera wide lens. So when I jump in this car or that car out, like when I switch cars, I start getting confused. So yeah, I mean, what are you trying to do? And why are we getting really nitpicky about exactly parking in the right place? So yeah, it's kind of I think it's even worse a little bit than before. Let's try another one. Let's try this one. It seems to be a little bit it's going to be a little bit difficult because the angle that we're coming at is not that great. We're very close to this truck over here. I'm not trusting it that much, and it does it does maneuver around it, but I mean nobody really reverse parks in this situation. Okay, is it a one-off thing where it kind of screwed up there? If it's gonna stop now, perfect. Okay, so that's what I was looking for. I didn't want to. Yeah, so I guess that was a one-off thing where it kind of got confused or something like that. So um, let us see if we get angled parking. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. And something that is different. So we have some angled parking over here. Let's see if it does detect any of these. Nope, nope, it doesn't. So you can see them over here on the right, but it doesn't detect them, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. So when you're driving on high definition, it does see them, but you can't pick the parking. Anyway, all right. So the last part of this test and the first impressions, we're just gonna go and do a couple of roundabouts here. So these roundabouts, it doesn't really perform very ideal in roundabouts yet. I mean, it does the job. It goes through the roundabout, it goes left, it goes right, and whatever. But sometimes it does pick the wrong lane leading to the roundabout or the next roundabout if there's a couple of roundabouts in series. It does pick the wrong lane to exit the right exit, for example. So if you want to sometimes, so instead of going instead of picking the left lane to take the left exit, it picks the right lane, but it goes and it continues on and goes to the left. So yeah, it doesn't pick the right lane. So basically, so let's see if there's any changes here. So right now I need to go straight. You can technically you can take the left lane or the right lane. I prefer to take the right lane because it's easier to turn through the roundabout to go straight, because it's a small, kind of like a smallish roundabout, so it doesn't need to like cut across or anything. So there we go, it changed lanes over here. Mind you, it doesn't do that all the time, and it's free to go. Those cars are not really going through this exit, and now it should stick here. Sometimes what happens is that it just changes lanes to the left. So let's see if that happens. Or and then the other thing is that the speed limit is 30 and it's reporting it as 40. So that's not right, and we're driving 50. Okay, slow down here. I'm glad it didn't change the roundabout, the lanes over here. There we go. Excellent. This is excellent. So the other thing also is that signaling to exit. That is not all the time it does that as well. So in this test, it just either they fixed it like in the background, and there's like a false right indicator there that always happens to me as well. So yeah, it's doing that again. Um, but yeah, so it doesn't do that exiting indicator on the roundabout while in the roundabout. I'm just gonna go ahead and disengage because my waypoint's over here. So it doesn't do that all the time. So I'll keep an eye out for that. Folks, let me know if you want to see anything specific. I can do some more roundabout tests. I've done like I know some locations for that. I can do unprotected lefts. I know a location for that. Hit me up in the comments below or on my account on X and just let me know what do you want to see, and I can just deliver for you that. I want to keep this going. I don't want to stop making videos again. You guys really like my videos. I've got 2,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. I really love that. I've got all the support in my YouTube account. So if you guys want to see anything, just let me know and I will do it. Hope you folks like this video and hope you enjoyed seeing a glimpse of version 13.2.9 and hoping for seeing full self driving without supervision soon. And I hope you folks have a good one, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.